Well, I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
Damn! Ladies and gentlemen, that was a masterclass on how to handle stupid people. So there's this low IQ podcast run by a guy called Andrew Wilson, a self-styled conservative Christian, where he, a grown man, purposely selects dim women, brings them on the show just to shit on them, trying to show how bad and dumb women are. And he's been quite successful with that for a while. But as the saying goes, every day for the thief and one day for the owner. Andrew Wilson recently met his match where he brought on a woman and tried to use his steal trick on her, and it backfired big time. During the interaction, Andrew insulted the woman's intelligence, questioned her morality, insulted her father, and tried to constantly gaslight her, but she was ready for him. When she turned the tables on him, he got triggered, started acting defensively, and began insulting her.
But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
You
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're
mean?
a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say?
Such a great display of Christian virtue right there, Andrew. Notice how calm she is. She didn't let what he said get to her. She simply pointed out the fact about his life, and the apparent contradictions between his life and the words were too much to handle that he just folded into a snowflake. Before all this, though, he tried to claim a moral high ground by being dismissive of her without respect for her opinions and positions.
If you wanted me to give you the most convincing argument that I possibly can, it would just be this, that everything we talk about is actually you curtailing freedom, not me.
I'm willing to bet that this woman has no issues with Andrew living his life as a Christian and doing whatever he wants. I'm also willing to bet that it is Andrew himself who wants to curtail this woman's freedom because he doesn't approve of her lifestyle. Dude is just telling on himself.
And everything that we end up ultimately discussing seems to come down to the fact that you just want to kind of engage in degenerate behaviors. And that's the only freedom you seem to care about, the freedom to promiscuously have sex and then have to take care of that if you need to, even if it's the case that by removing that, there would be less unwanted babies born. You still think that we need to have that because, people just need to be able to if they want and be promiscuous if they want and have STDs if they want. It's like, it always seems like the freedom that you guys advocate for is only a freedom towards degeneracy and never actually about freedoms that are really intrinsic to the human experience.
Yes, freedom does involve allowing people to do degenerate things. As this guy never read the Bible, God doesn't even compel people to do anything. He says, I have placed before you life and death. Choose life that you may live. Yet this guy wants to force something on someone. It's none of your business if someone wants to be promiscuous. You only have control over your own self. How about you focus on yourself? How is promiscuity affecting you? This is the problem I have with these types of people. They want to control other people's lives and are the first to complain about being controlled.
And kind of even more than that, I would just point this last thing out, which is, if you had a society where it was really full of more people like me, right? It was full of people who did take their religion seriously, and they took their family dynamics seriously, and they took the things that they were doing seriously in regards to morality and ethics and how to treat people, and not sacrificing the whole for the small percentage of, LGBTQ people and this and that. How would the world really be a worse place?
You mean a society filled with hypocrites like yourself? Yeah, that would be bad. This guy talks about how to properly treat people and a few moments later rain down insults on his guest. Wow, such strong Christian principles he has.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3 baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
Dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try
show
to...
your hatred against...
the women that you try
convince them
to...
that they shouldn't...
Charlie,
pursue
did I bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Yes, you did bring her family into the conversation. You implied that her father was stupid. You insulted her intelligence, questioned her ethics. You more than earned her dragging your wife into this conversation.
You know, I grew up in an educated household, but I was also primarily raised by a very conservative father who was also a doctor. So was my grandfather.
And was your
Extremely
conservative father a dummy?
No.
Then
he's
why was
incredibly
he?
intelligent.
Then why was he conservative?
Because it benefits him personally. To
Oh, so he was just immoral.
For pursuing his own ends, I don't know if I would say that. He's
You're not
also-
sure if your own father was immoral or not. You're not.
No.
You're not quite sure.
No, I mean, unlike all of us here, my dad is responsible for saving thousands of lives. He's put out a lot of good in this world.
And would your father
he will
agree?
leave this earth with a clear conscience, no matter what his beliefs are. even as
Can
an
I ask you
atheist.
this? Would your father, who saved all these thousands of people, agree more with my worldview or yours?
This guy believes there are only two ways of being. One, conservative, which means good in his opinion, and liberal, which means bad. But as Charlie showed, you can be a conservative or a liberal and still be a good or a shitty person. Despite her father being conservative and she being liberal, she still saw her father as a good, moral, and productive person. By Andrew's standard, the person on the other side has to be evil, and that is simply not true. And as much as she tried to explain it to him, he was simply too dumb to understand it. His argument goes as such: if you're a liberal, it means you believe that being liberal is good, therefore your conservative father has to be bad. How can you then say your father was good, except you're admitting that your father is good because conservatism is good, which therefore means you are bad being a liberal? Yeah, that's how stupid this guy is. Right-wingers like to bitch about how intolerant liberals are, but as this woman has shown, it is conservatives or right-wingers who are intolerant. Andrew will never in a million years think his father is good were he to be a liberal. But this woman is gracious enough to say, my father is a conservative and still a good person. She embodies the tolerance that right-wingers have long appropriated but do not live up to. To make matters worse, this moron left the studio and called his wife to come defend herself.
Rachel?
Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't know why Discord wasn't working, so we're just going to do it via the phone. Do you want to say anything?
Okay. Yeah, am I coming through okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I guess I'm just going to ask her the same question kind of that Andrew asked her, which is, I mean, she said all this stuff about me that she got completely wrong, but what is it that you think Andrew or I are doing that is wrong or hypocritical?
I do feel that with your guys' platforms, what you do is, Rachel, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not familiar with your platform. I'm only familiar with your husband's. But
talking shit about it when she's not here.
These red-pilled men are so stupid. It's really sad that a grown man displays this level of emotional and mental immaturity, where he just shits on women but is unable to handle himself when someone hits so close to home.